Good evening, friends. This late evening session is dedicated to class 12 English score, and I'm just going to explain two board questions, all India board questions, a long type question. Question number one: the people we meet in the life leave an impression on us. And the first question is: the people we meet in life leave an impression on us. How is this rat trap peddler affected by meeting the crofter and Idla? Well, this story revolves around the central theme, that is loneliness in life. Well, loneliness affects our behavior to a great extent. Every human being is a social being. Everybody wants to have a bonding with others. Loneliness is such a disease which makes one suffer from various complications. That is the reason why when the rat trap peddler, meets the crofter is who is living all alone on the roadside in a cottage. The crofter welcomes him warmly, and I mean he receives him like a guest. Not only that, he feeds him with the food and entertains him, though for a night. He gives him and shows his hospitality and affection to him. He is happy to talk to the peddler and just spend the night so comfortably. He appears to be so happy talking to him. Even he shares his confidentials with him and talks about his money that he has earned and kept. But his hospitality and sense of reception doesn't affect the peddler. On the contrary, he steals away his money that he has collected after working hard. So here we'll find that the peddler is not at all affected by the hospitality and sense of reception made to him by the crofter. So far as Idla is concerned, Idla meets the peddler. She knows the reality, despite the fact that she knows the reality that the peddler is not the captain, as her father had brought him home thinking that he is the captain. But despite all the knowledge, she gives him the treatment of a captain. The befitting treatment is given to him by Idla. The father and Idla both, they both wants him to be the guest on the Christmas occasion. So when he is present at Idla's house, Idla receives him like a guest and gives him all the respect, shows all the dignity and respect to the peddler, despite the fact that she knows it very well that he is not the person her father has thought of. He is a different one. Yet she receives him, cheers him, spreads her cheerfulness on the Christmas occasion, gives him all the love and dignity that a guest should be given. And eventually, her love and affection, her hospitality, her, compassionate behavior brings a change in the peddler. And the peddler, eventually writes a note and hands it to, Idla, confessing his guilt that he has stolen the money. Even he leaves the money, stolen money, to Idla, requesting her to return it to the crofter. He makes a confession before her that he is altogether a peddler, a person who is left out in this world in a monotonous living, and he had stolen the money because he earns his livelihood by making rat traps, selling them, and sometimes resort to stealing. All the confessions he writes in the letter and requests Idla to hand over the money to the crofter. So that is the his conscience is eventually pricked upon by, and then he comes to a reformation. So it loves love and affection that really brings upon a change in his, I mean, attitude, and he confesses his guilt and becomes a noble human being. So this is the first question. The second question: the story focuses on human loneliness and the need to bond with others. Explain. All the characters in this story, the rat trap, suffer from loneliness and monotony of life. See, it is the, loneliness and monotony of life that makes us sick. So even the peddler suffers loneliness. He spends a monotonous life, wandering here and there, trying to earn his livelihood. The tramp, the peddler, appears to lead a very sad and monotonous life. His existence is quite pitiable. He is left to his own musings. The old crofter also lives all alone in a cottage by the roadside. He is the only, I mean, he is very happy to receive the peddler at his cottage. He welcomes him like a guest, gives him all the hospitality that a guest should be given, and even confines him his secret of the kroners that he has earned and collected. On the contrary, you know, his generosity is abused by the peddler, and the peddler steals away his money, hard-earned money. Yet the crofter doesn't bother much about it. The iron master and his daughter Idla also have no company for Christmas. Thus, all of them have a strong desire for bonding and companionship. The crofter is happy to be, friends with the peddler, although only for a night. Similarly, the iron master and his daughter have an opportunity to practice sympathy, you know, sympathy and hospitality with the peddler. So the entire, I mean, the whole story revolves around the, I mean, factor that is loneliness. Each character is subjected to suffer due to his loneliness and monotony of life. The peddler, the rat trap peddler, who is a wanderer, a tramp, he also suffers the monotony of life. His monotonous existence has compelled him to search someone to express himself. And when he meets the crofter, he shares his, I mean, joy being in company with the crofter, talks to him, enjoys the company of the crofter. Even the crofter enjoys the company of the peddler, though for a night, and gives him all the, I mean, reception that a guest should be given. So we see that this story is having a theme that loneliness and monotony of life compels us to search for bonding, to search for someone's company, to change this situation, to reform our behavior. Monotony of life kills our desire. It makes us helpless. It binds us to search for someone's company. And that is the reason why we see that in this story, all the characters are, the victims of loneliness, and they are, searching some sort of company of human being to have some happiness and to have a change from their monotonous existence. Therefore, the title, The Rat Trap, itself suggests that the entire world is just like a rat trap and we are being trapped inside it. We are so much engrossed in ourselves that we have no time to, I mean, befriend someone and change our monotony and live a happy life. And that is why the peddler rightly calls the entire world as a rat trap, and the luxuries that we are searching for is just the bait that we are always tempted to have. And once we are greedy of that luxuries, we get entrapped into the rat trap and eventually become the victim of loneliness. So there is an underlining theme that loneliness and greed for luxuries of life can make us sick and can ruin our happiness. Therefore, the bliss of life, the joy of life lies in the bonding with our fellow being rather than living a monotonous life. And that is what is this story about. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.